The following opinions are solely those of BoatTEST.com and its test captain.
Hi, Captain Steve for BoatTEST.com, and today I'm on an exciting new boat from Chaparral, the 23 Surf. Now basically this is the 23 SSI that we're all familiar with, but it has a lot of surf components, so let's take a look at those first. Naturally, the surf package is going to start with an arch and board racks. This, however, is the optional version, the EFX2 electrically folding arch. And notice in the down position we can still operate the boat, great for when we're going under a really low bridge. And notice this one also has the optional Diamondback swiveling board racks. This also provides a swiveling tow point 81 inches off the deck and an all-around nav light just ahead. It'll support a bimini both forward and aft. In the center index storage compartment, ballast sack from Fat Sack. This one holds 425 pounds. Next is the Malibu Surfgate package that's controlled from the Medallion touchscreen, and of course we can select either port or starboard. The next part of the surf package is the 7-inch Medallion touchscreen. I have a surf icon right here, and when I touch that, now I have control of the speed, the ballast tanks, which side we're going to be surfing on, and also notice that the home page also has the audio controls, the time of day, things like that. Now beyond the surf features, the Medallion touchscreen also gives us plenty of controls. We have a full display of the engine diagnostics. We also have a moving map display, a settings page, control for the cameras that we might have mounted around the boat, and controls for the audio package. But the really big deal on this boat is the new drive from Mercury, the Bravo 4S, S for surf. Additional features at the helm include 2 analog gauges, one for speed and one for the tachometer. There's a small area for putting stuff, and I'd like to see a raised lip here. The steering wheel is mounted to a tote base. We also have touch buttons on both sides of the wheel. The ignition is well out of the knee strike zone. Comfortable armrest right in the good position for the Mercury digital throttle and shift, and a cubby alongside for putting more stuff. The helm seat is a wraparound style, has an open lumbar area for good ventilation. There's a flip-up bolster, and it swivels and slides. Notice with the helm and observer seat swiveled around, they join the action at the U-shaped cockpit seating. And of course, the cockpit table adds to the functionality. All the way at the aft section of the seating, a 70-quart insulated cooler, and it drains overboard. Now let's talk about materials for a minute. Take a look at this upholstery. 37-ounce Naugahyde with a 10mm UV protected top coat, custom embroidery, and look at the deck. Snap-in C-deck matting over non-skid fiberglass. Of course, we've got the usual sun pad just behind the seats, and it has some features that we've seen before, such as the 2 panels that lift up. A hatch underneath serves as a support for a port or starboard facing chaise lounge. But what we haven't seen before is this nifty little feature. Ratcheting seat back that goes into multiple positions to convert into an aft facing seat. All the way at the stern, there's a 23-inch swim platform. There's a concealed reboarding ladder to the starboard side, a stereo remote over to the port hand side, and notice this one also has the optional 25-inch extended platform. As we make our way to the bow, the 21-inch wide walkthrough shows storage to both starboard and to the port side. We have an air dam. There's a storage cubby with netting on the side. This glove box also includes a stereo remote with connectivity. There's a remote for the JL audio system that includes 4 speakers throughout the boat, a 10-inch subwoofer underneath the helm console, and the speakers mounted to the electric arch. The bow area consists of the usual V-lounge seating. There are speakers to both sides, grab rails just on top of the cap rail, and storage underneath the seats. A filler cushion converts the area into a full sun pad. And notice the length of these grab rails. We usually see short ones that are just put into place, but these ones, much easier to grab. Fully forward, there's an insulated ice chest, and notice it's got a removable cover that also serves as a non-skid step to the bow. And we can take the cockpit table and move it into the bow to increase the functionality of this area. All the way forward, 2 5-inch pull-up cleats, flanking a hatch with a lift and lock latch that leads to the anchor locker. Notice there's also a wire to hold the hatch from going open too far, so we're not relying on the hinges. The aft hatch lifts on 2 support struts. Inside is the power plant of the boat, the 6.2-liter MerCruiser 300 horsepower engine. Notice that all the check and service points are located to the front, Hatches to the sides give us access to the engine start and house batteries.
The Chaparral 23 Surf has a length overall of 23 feet, a beam of 8 feet 6 inches, and a draft of 30 inches. With an empty weight of 3,900 pounds, 90% fuel, and 3 people on board, we had an estimated test weight of 4,748 pounds. With a 300 horsepower 6.2-liter MerCruiser engine turning the Bravo 4S outdrive with the props facing forward, we reached a top speed of 44.7 miles per hour at 5,150 RPM. Best cruise was reached at 3,000 RPM and 22.2 miles per hour. It was at that speed that the 7-gallon-per-hour fuel burn translated into 3.1 miles per gallon and a range of 128 statute miles, all while still holding back a 10% reserve of the boat's 45-gallon total fuel capacity. As for handling, she comes up on plane in 3.4 seconds and will remain on plane right on down to 12.2 miles per hour. She'll accelerate to 20 miles per hour in an average of 6 seconds and continue through 30 in 9.4.
The 23 Surf comes up on plane kind of quickly, and as for trim, because the props are facing forward, you're going to find that there's a lot of sensitivity to trim. So when you get up on plane, then you're going to bring it up about 2-3 clicks. You're going to see the spray move from the midship area back to the stern quarter, and that's going to be where you want it to be sitting at. If you go a little bit too much, then what's going to happen is you'll start porpoising a little bit. Bring the trim back down and it'll stabilize. That's your optimum trim position right there. Now, again, because the props are facing forward, there's a lot of sensitivity to turning. So when you turn the wheel, she comes around quickly. Straighten the wheel and she straightens right back out again. So here's a hard turn. Grabs the water a little bit, not too much chine walk, and then cross our wake. And we're back in the other direction again. She won't bleed off too much speed, so there's no need to add a lot of throttle during that turn, but she does handle quite nicely and clings to the water really well. I like how responsive she is to the steering. These forward-facing props, it gives you a much more responsive boat, and I like the way she handles. It's a fun boat to drive. Now, she's got a 20-degree dead rise, so there is a little bit of hull slap if you go fast through the waves, like crossing your wake, something like that. So if you are going to cross wakes or go through any chop, do it at a more reasonable cruise speed. Slow it down.
As a surf platform, while she may not be at the competitive level, she put out a good ideal wave for surfers up to the intermediate level with a clean face and good crest. It even allows for some trick moves. The Surfgate package allows for switching sides even on the fly. There's very little lean from the Surfgate being deployed, and they provide a cleaner wake as well. All in all, this 23 Surf represents a fun family boat that has now expanded its capability with the addition of being able to wake surf without losing the comfort we've come to expect. And that's my full features walkthrough and performance evaluation of the new 23 Surf from Chaparral. For BoatTEST.com, I'm Captain Steve. We'll see you on the water.